So this is where Bichette makes sense for the Yankees. Okay, he's the next guy on my list. I'm profiling a bunch of guys, right? So the Yankees obviously need to add a couple contact bats. And I'm not talking about bringing back Cody Bellinger or replacing him with Kyle Tucker or Stephen Kwan or whatever. That's one guy needs to come back anyway. That's not adding a bat. That's just replacing one or bringing one back. I'm talking about adding two beyond him. He can be a right-handed bat here that doesn't strike out a lot, walks quite a bit, works the count, okay, makes pitchers work hard, and he's a pure contact guy who can also run the bases pretty aggressively, okay? But he can also serve as a platoon at third base for Ryan McMahon, who hits like mid-800s OPS against righties, but only mid-600s against lefties, okay? He can play third base when there's a lefty starter on the mound. He could also play some shortstop, right? Since we don't know what the heck's going to happen with Anthony Volpe. So he could also eventually move to second base, where he's probably going to be his best position if the Yankees decide not to bring back Jazz Chisholm. Okay? So, and again, we have DJ's money coming off the books after 2026. So we'll be able to afford him too. Even though he'll cost probably $25 million per. But we'd also be taking him away from the Blue Jays and preventing him from going to the Dodgers. Okay, so, but this is where it makes sense because he can fill so many roles for the Yankees. Where it doesn't make sense is if he's the only bat that they bring in. Okay? They have to add another contact bat beyond him. That's a fact. So I've been talking about Kazumo Okamoto or something like that from Japan. Another contact bat who also hits from the righty side, who also works the count. And contact hitters from Japan, their skill set tends to translate more easily or more effectively to majors than power guys do. This is why I think he's a better fit than Munetaka Murakami, right? But again, playing Bo at second also eventually makes it easy for them to bring in George Lombard for short if they decide he's a better option than Volpe. But it also makes them, able to, and watch out for this kid, Dax Kilby. Not only does he have an advanced offensive skill set, he's a pure contact guy. And coming out of high school, he's already hanging with college guys with extra velocity in a lot of other areas. But he also is the most athletic probably of the guys that they've drafted recently. He could probably be the next third baseman. So imagine Kilby at third, Lombard at short, and Bichette at first with Rice. Bichette at second with Rice at first. That's a pretty dynamic infield. Let me know what your thoughts are. This is where I think it makes sense, and that's where I think it doesn't make sense. Do not bring him in as the only bat. Got to bring more than that.